Hi everyone, this video is a book review on the children's book, My Uncle Martin's Big Heart by Angela Ferris Watkins, PhD, and illustrated by Eric Velasquez. So this is day number 3 of 4 of our MLK Day tribute for 2019. Tomorrow I'm going to take you with me to the MLK annual march in downtown St. Louis. I got all dressed for the occasion today. I have selected Coretta Scott King as a button to wear because I'm keeping it all in the family. At the end of the slideshow, there is going to be, or at the end of this video, there's going to be a slideshow. And this slideshow I created in 2016 after I visited the Civil Rights Museum. So it will feature all of the photographs that I took at the Civil Rights Museum. And if you haven't been there, it'll be kind of like visiting there, you know. So let me tell you a little bit about the author. The author. She says, I was almost 4 years old when my Uncle Martin was killed, yet my memories are as delightful as the time we spent together. I want young readers to understand that more than anything else, Martin Luther King Jr.'s most outstanding quality was his heart of love. I want them to see how much love he really had, enough to share with his family and his friends, enough to encourage his church, enough to strengthen his community, and enough to change the world. So that is his niece. About the illustrator, Eric Velasquez, I am going to see if I can go to his site and read what it says on here. It says, illustrator Eric Velasquez, the son of Afro-Puerto Rican parents, was born in Spanish Harlem and grew up in Harlem. His dual heritage, coupled with the experience of living in dual cultures in New York City, gives Eric a rich and unique cultural perspective. He attended the High School of Art and Design and earned his BFA from the School of Visual Arts in 1983. In 1984, he completed a year of studies with Harvey Dinnerstein at the Art Students League. So I believe George Ford might have been a part of the Art Students League, if I'm not mistaken. And we just spoke about him yesterday. But in this book, Eric Velasquez says that he took artistic license by making the character, Angela, 18 months to 2 years older than she actually was, to match the words that she was using for the story. He also says that the artwork that he researched was inspired by 2 books in particular, King, the photo biography of Martin Luther King Jr., and Martin Luther King Jr. to the Mountaintop. He says he did not use any photos directly as references. He shot the models to represent each character and combined them with archival images that Angela provided of her family's home, as well as photos found on the internet of the church and other locales. Eric Velasquez, I've recognized his work in a couple of books. He was one of the illustrators for Our Children Can Soar. He also illustrated Rain Jumper, another book about Chevalier St. George, a book about Matthew Henson, and just a couple of other things. Oh, My Friend Maya, the dancer. He has a very distinct style, which I like. It's just classic, but still illustrative. So now we will go into the book review. My Uncle Martin's Big Heart. I liked this book because it was different from other books that I've read about Martin Luther King Jr. A lot of the books that I've read about him were just very factual. You don't get to know him personally. You didn't get to see what he was like when he was at home, relaxed, not being out protesting, not marching, not in meetings for the civil rights movement, just himself with his family. This photograph is of Angela when she was about 3 years old and Uncle Martin kissing her on the cheek. She was, I believe, his sister's daughter. So in this book, Angela provides a comparison between the Dr. Martin Luther King that we see at home and the Dr. Martin Luther King that we see out and about. So she says, when he was with her in the family, they called him Uncle ML. That was his family nickname. But outside of the family, when they're out in public, they called him Uncle Martin. So see, look at this. She's comparing the Martin that was out fighting for civil rights with the Martin that was in her household. She also provides little stories that make this book very sweet and very personal. You feel as if you get to truly know Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as a family man and not just a civil rights leader. She shared a story in the book about her breaking her mother's pocketbook, and he made her tell the story over and over and over again. She must have been about 3. She says, I told Uncle ML what she said. You broke my pocketbook. Although I wasn't trying to make him smile. His smile made me forget how scared that I was that I broke my mother's purse. He wanted me to say it over and over again. He thought it was funny. Just stories like that bring just personality to the person. But she also states that even though he was a family man, all of his hard work was for them and the nation. So this image of him sleeping on the couch with his shoes on, she's like, we're not supposed to sleep on the couch with our shoes on, but he was doing such hard work, Mama didn't mind him sleeping on the couch. There's another part I want to share with you in here. Just the little things that he did to show that he cared, even though he had a very busy schedule. There are people in this world who don't have a schedule as hectic and as dangerous as Dr. King's schedule was and his lifestyle was. And they don't even have the time to spend time with their family and show that they love them. It was little things that he did, like sending this telegram the day after she was born. I'm going to read it to you. May 30th, 1964. Congratulations to my dear sister on the arrival of my beautiful new niece. Or my new beautiful niece. May the struggle for human dignity, which now engulfs our nation, pave the way for a brighter future, or brighter tomorrow, and a glorious future for Angela Christine. Love, ML. I just thought that was just really cute. But yeah, another thing I liked about this book, besides the illustrations, is that even though it is about his death at the end, it does not bring up the topic of death like that. It mainly focuses on his legacy. You'll see this book is a very stark contrast to the book that I'm going to be reviewing tomorrow, which completely relates to Dr. King's death. See right here? This is in Atlanta. And it has Coretta Scott King over there because this book was published maybe 2010. And she died in 2006. Yeah. If you just want a Martin Luther King Jr. book told from a child's perspective, I would highly recommend this book. I also highly recommend this illustrator as well. Angela Christine, or Angela Watkins, she does have another book about Martin Luther King Jr. And it is, I think it's called Uncle Martin's Big Words, but don't quote me on that. I love when family members write about their family members in an honest way. Sometimes I feel when the family takes charge of telling a person's story, it can go either way. It can be really, really good, or it can be really, really bad. You don't know what the person is or what they were like behind the scenes. Just like, what's his name? Napoleon Hill? Wait, was it Napoleon Hill? The guy that wrote Think and Grow Rich. On the surface, we're all like, oh, he's wealthy, he's doing this and he's doing that. But he had 3 marriages, okay? He had 3 marriages. His first wife, his father paid for her to divorce him because he was investing all of his money into his career instead of investing it into his family. But we wouldn't have known that. We wouldn't have known about his personal life if somebody had not done the research to bring up the full picture of this person. So this book is just one aspect of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And it's just a beautiful tribute to a relative. Well, yes, that is all I have to say. Also, I'm selling my bookmarks. I might have said this earlier in the video, but if I didn't, I'm selling my bookmarks. It is $2. You can buy them on my website. They feature my artwork. Each month I will have a new bookmark to sell featuring my artwork. So next month it'll be a completely different bookmark. So enjoy this slideshow that I created about 3 years ago. And have fun learning about Martin Luther King Jr. If you're doing something special for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, please comment below so I can share in the celebration with you. And have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye-bye.
I'm wishing on a dream to follow what it means. I'm wishing on a star. I wish on all the rainbows that I've seen. I wish on all the people who really dream. And I'm wishing on tomorrow praying it will come. And I'm wishing on all the loving we've ever done. I never thought I'd see a time when you would be of all the moments that we spent. I just can't let you go for me.